What is up, guys? Kevin Cage here with a quick XRP update. There's tons of commotion on crypto Twitter with this recent publication by FLR Networks, and I did in fact retweet this if you want to go check it out yourselves. Also available on FLR.xyz. So we have a few proposed options, 1 and 2, and this will be very, very interesting because we know that a lot of US-based accountants are kind of pointing out the tax implications with this distribution of FLR Networks, or this essentially one of the largest crypto airdrops in history. So we're going to be covering this. I'm also looking forward to getting some additional commentary from people in the space, such as David Schwartz, and even FLR Networks, FLR Finance, and a variety of other opinions in the space with this matter. It will not be a single person's decision. This is based on the community, guys, so your vote will matter. So right here, we have Bully, the XRP Bully, actually sharing this originally. I believe I retweeted this as well. Let me just make sure. Anyways, we are getting our 15% regardless. So there was, 100 billion XRP, finite circulating supply, well, not circulating today, but anyways, 100 billion XRP, and there were 100 billion FLR or Spark tokens. So the distribution was, you get your initial 15% no matter what. Then the remainder, the 85%, would be distributed and rolled out to you over time in the next, 30 plus months? So over essentially the coming 3 years, you'd get it distributed. Now, option 1 is buy the rest of your Spark through a burn of a minimal amount of our own Spark token, or option 2, there's no distribution and they burn the remaining 85%, the 85 billion Spark remaining. And I think I saw Martin Volk tweet something interesting, so he's going to dig into this. I really value his opinion and loved his recent Nexo video, and what he said actually probably rings true. Not to bash the community, but kind of just the majority, how most think. They're probably going to pick the option that gives them the most upfront wealth initially, rather than thinking long term. But hey, it doesn't matter, guys. You'll have to do what is best for you, but I'm curious and interested in future opinions with this and what will be the outcome of all of this. So guess who I wanted to read? The commentary of the GOAT, David Schwartz, CTO of Ripple, aka Joel Katz. And essentially this little thread, we have this accountant right here, and we also have, I'm going to butcher that name, so I'm not going to read it. But anyways, I just wanted to read his commentary with FLR being an IOU on valid exchanges today, but it is still nothing more than an IOU. This asset has not yet been distributed. And of course, on participating exchanges, we're really excited. There's been a lot of listings thus far. And why do I think FLR is still going to be successful and quite large? Well, because of the investing backers. And we even have Yoshitaka Katao, the CEO of SBI. Now, they are one of the largest shareholders of Ripple and maybe a company that you've heard before, R3. The big boys in essentially trade finance and capital markets for blockchain adoption. So we know who actually just did another funding round that essentially delayed FLR Networks a bit. Digital Currency Group. Very interesting. We also write here the official tweet in the post, and this is all on Decrypt. Smart contracts platform FLR Network has raised an additional $11 million in a funding round led by Kinetic Capital, with firms including CoinFund and Grayscale, which are parent companies of Digital Currency Group. Now, Digital Currency Group is a parent company of exchanges that you know, such as Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, also digital asset projects like Ripple, or the company, along with Hedera Hashgraph, and a variety of others such as API3. Now, API3 just got listed onto Gemini, all happy about it, but the price is just doing nothing. So I'll be awaiting, and I do fully expect that API3 will be listed on Kraken and Coinbase. So just basic deductive analysis basing off the fundamentals and watching the partnerships as well. All right, so we have the $11 million in funding right here. Now let's read David's commentary right here. There is no way to make a plausible argument that an IOU to deliver an asset in the future is equal in value to the actual asset today. This is why it's so important as much FLR, or as much Spark, as possible to be airdropped as early as possible. So he wants as much to be airdropped initially as possible. Now, I don't know if they can really change that though. Otherwise, artificial selling pressure will be created by tax implications. So his belief is that people will want to sell right away because of tax implications. And I did see commentary below this thread that had a good point that said, David, maybe you're overestimating some of the holders' net worth. Some people maybe will be holding things of that nature. So one of the biggest lessons that I've learned from my time in crypto is that you have one and only one chance to distribute an asset without taxes creating extra selling pressure and diluting the power the asset has. If you waste it, you can never get it back. And honestly, I'm going to shut my stupid mouth and listen to David, an expert in this space that knows what he's talking about. So imagine if Ripple said to me, David, we want to give you 10 million XRP because we love you. Ripple would have to sell about 2 million XRP to pay their taxes. And I'd have to sell about 5 million XRP to pay mine. ridiculous. That is crazily inefficient. When XRP was half a penny, no problem whatsoever. Very, very interesting. And yes, there are a lot of US exchanges that do in fact have FLR that will be listed. The IOU, not really right now, it's only on Bitro and Poloniex. Now links are in the video description, and just be wary. Don't go all in buying these IOUs right now, because what happens if when it goes live, the price drops massively. The same thing happened with Hedera Hashgraph when the asset dropped on Bittrex or IDEX was QNT. Maybe it was HBAR too, but I remember buying HBAR on either Bittrex or IDEX early on, right at launch, and the price dropped like crazy. So my personal opinion and outcome on this market is really, I hold enough crypto. My dollar cost average is fine for the assets that I hold. Even the assets that are down right now from this drop, I believe they'll be fine long term. And so right now, I'm really just trying to gather cash positions, some side cash, to properly be prepared and be able to sleep soundly at night if we do have any upcoming drops or crashes, because I want to capitalize on what is to come, just as Zig Ziglar says. And I think a lot of people, at least the newcomers that have been in this market for the past year or two, they're probably all in. I've had a cash position this whole time, and that's what I've been advocating since like what, November, August, like around that time. So I've been just sitting in cash, and yes, I had opportunity costs because I could have made way more money, but at the same time, I like sitting on the sidelines because crypto is risky enough. And yes, I believe in my assets, but there's no reason to be 100% into a single asset or 100% into crypto when the market moves in cycles. You can always rotate accordingly. But of course, I have skin in the game, so that's what's important. And then, yeah, right here. So Selena or Elena. So right here, I think you're underestimating the average airdrop participant's risk profile and severely overestimating their income tax bracket. That is a good point. I guess I'm going to trust David's opinion on this matter, though, because he's been in this for, a decade plus. So very interesting. And also a big contributor to Bitcoin as well. Anyways, we got Matthew LINY. We have 6 crypto assets that offer the fastest TPS, essentially transactions per second. Now, I know we went over these yesterday, but I just want to highlight this again. So as we can see, we have Cardano. Now, currently, and of course, updates are going to come. It's not going to sit at this. There's always room for improvement. Approximately, let's see, the network allows 257 TPS. All right, what else we got? We have Stellar Lumens, XLM. And keep in mind, Jed was one of the founders of the XRP ledger and went on to create Stellar. And just because people have so much FUD and they misinform a lot of people, he's literally said in video interviews, like even last year I watched, he says that Ripple and Stellar there's plenty of room. They're even going after different verticals and ways, retail, wholesale. There's plenty of room for assets to survive and thrive, just like I feel about Algorand, and Ripple XRP. I think they're going to be fine. There's going to be more than one. Okay, so 250 TPS right there. And there's going to be updates, guys. You can see, 1,000 operations per ledger every 5 seconds. And this is just the WEF, World Economic Forum's quotes, okay? So you're going to get a different estimate wherever you go. And Solana as well. So Sol is an absolute killer. I love that. Sol, Sun, and then Terra Luna. Luna has just been crushing it. These 2 assets in the past year. Man, I wish I got in early for Solana. Of course, I did with Luna at like 20 cents before it was $20. But guess what? I sold the bulk of it way too early. I'm way too embarrassed. So let's see. This supports about 50,000 transactions per second. Now, I did a video on Algorand last year, maybe June, maybe May, talking about this. So right now currently allows 1,000 TPS with a ledger close time of about 5 seconds. There's plenty of updates on the way. And let's see, was able to handle almost 1 million transactions per day. Very powerful. So do I believe that this number is going to go up to at least 10,000 plus in the future? Yes, I really do. All right. And what else we got? We got a CeeLo. I always pronounce this wrong. We have a CeeLo as a ledger time, 5 seconds, 1,000 TPS. And of course, this was even on CoinDesk TV, and one of the co-founders right here. And then last but not least, the GOATs, 1,500 TPS, XRP. But the benefit, look at that cost, 0.0003 per transaction, settles in 3 seconds. The perfect asset to be integrated into a payment system for on-demand liquidity. Now, same thing could be said for Lumens as well, in different verticals. All right. Next up, we have Arturo Portilla. Now, this gentleman is a fintech lawyer. I always value his opinion. He was formerly XRP Center, one of the biggest pages on crypto Twitter years ago, but of course, Twitter just shut it down for some reason. But anyways, very, very smart gentleman. And Thailand's SEC banned meme tokens, fan tokens, non-fungible tokens, and exchange tokens. Yes, a financial regulator is using the term meme token in a legal document. And you can check this out yourselves. I opened up the document. It's pretty comical. Right here, a meme token having no clear objective or substance or underlying and whose price running on social media trends. That is crazy. Welcome to 2021, even crazier than 2020. We have meme token now. That is in the dictionary. We have fan token, NFT, we got non-fungible tokens, of course. We got digital tokens, and many more on the way. So very, very interesting. And of course, we have utility tokens, you have payment tokens, and then you have security tokens, but there's going to be so many weird subsets and potentially new categories on the way. And also, guys, so Zinfin, for all of you XTC holders, they're excited to be part of FLR Finance. So we have a new partnership announced. I know many of you already know this, but I did want to cover this and just say congratulations. So absolutely beautiful and looking forward to this. And what this means for, I know it's also involved with FLR X, their decentralized exchange. So FLR Finance's DEX. Very interesting and exciting. And we already talked about Yoshitaka Kitao and the funding. So now it's cool because, of course, Ripple has skin in the game with FLR Networks and the launch of FLR, but now they're incentivizing some other big players such as Grayscale, CoinFund, and Digital Currency Group. And encourage all of you to go to DCG's website. Maybe it's, I don't want to say the website, it might not be dcg.co, but go to Digital Currency Group, look at their investment portfolio, and I think you're going to be impressed. And just understand that now they're all interconnected and have skin in the game. So I am rooting for FLR Networks. It is not just about XRP, but it is incredibly, incredibly powerful for XRP compared to any other asset. But it's also going to benefit Doge, Litecoin, XLM, potentially even ADA, Algo, and any, Zinfin right there with FLR Finance. Of course, it's different than networks, but nonetheless, guys, the way to win the game, just like David Schwartz has said, is if they want to beat us with one big walled garden, a big wall, just imagine a big wall. So imagine this is the wall. They're going to have to be as open as we are because they're going to have to be around their open landscape. I love that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Be safe in this market. Always do your own research. Look at a variety of opinions, and I will catch you in the next one.